So our next Patreon request comes from a new Patreon by the name of Wolfman Thomas, and Wolfman Thomas, Wolfman Thomas, aka Wolfman the Impaler, basically did this, asked me to do this fun little AU after becoming a 4th tier Patreon, and yeah. Basically what this is a... Now, keep in mind, I'm not the most well-versed in this, universe. I've played only some of the game, but I've never, been a big fan of this. And that is, Fallout. Sorry, the word got away from me. So yeah. Basically, this is a Fallout AU, but specifically, he asked me to be Ed, Nettie-centric, but with Cartoon Network characters throughout the whole story. So in here, so let's get started. Now, keep in mind, again, I have to stress that I'm not the biggest well-known well-versed in Fallout, so yeah, I do apologize for that. So let's get started with our general plot. So the general plot does focus on Ed and Nettie, and so the Eds in this universe are very much like their counterparts in the show. They're basically scam artists looking for money. Only here is that the Eds are more like traveling salesmen selling faulty weaponry and equipment to stave off the radiation in the Fallout universe. Eddie is more or less like a snake oil salesman. He's a lot like that one character from from the first Red Dead Redemption game. I forget his name, but you know who I'm talking about. So in this story, the Eds are more or less just traveling around in a beat-up old vehicle, and they're more or less selling fake Nuka-Cola and stuff like that. They're just giving out all this all this fake shit, getting money, and essentially Eddie is more or less let's just get shit, let's just sell faulty shit and get our money and get out. And by money, bottle caps. So that's the big thing in this story, is that it's more or less I imagine how this story would go, is that it's more or less the Eds basically going around to a new town trying to sell stuff. Shenanigans ensue, and they haul ass out of town before they're either killed or, eaten by something. And basically, so let's go into the rest of the universe. So the Eds. So let's go into the rest of this world. And basically, in this world, the Eds are essentially more or less encountering other characters throughout each town they go through. Let's talk about the first one, and that's Craig of the Creek. So in this universe, in this version of Craig and the rest of the kids of the Creek, in this continuity, they're all orphans. It's a city of orphans. It's literally a wrecked city of orphans from lost vaults. Basically, vault raiders showed up, killed everyone, but the children survived. But their vault was completely shit out of stuff. So now they have to go out into the world and now inhabit a old city. And yeah, they're not exactly welcoming of visitors, especially adults. It's very much like a Lord of the Fly kind of situation with Craig and the crew. So when the Eds arrive, they're it's kind of like a Children of the Corn thing, where it's Outlander. And the Eds, of course, are older, even though they're still young. They're oh, we gotta haul ass out of here. So our next one is for the next one we have Victor and Valentino. So Victor and Valentino are literally a pair of kids who are essentially I wouldn't say like they're orphans. They do live in a small community, but here they're always looking for like a mutant or a renegade robot. It's more or less like they're investigating like the really weird shit out there, like you see in Fallout 76, like the Mothman and stuff. Like they're just out there looking for strange and unusual things. And now the Eds are also like, oh, shit, Mothman, I got an idea. So Eddie gets the idea of like, we'll capture this Mothman for you, and we will bring this monster before the town, and we'll make it like a freak show. Eddie basically wants to make a fake Mothman and fake the whole thing, but of course the real Mothman shows up because Mothman. So of course they get run out of town after that, debacle. They also run into Samurai Jack, who in this continuity is a warrior from, who basically survived the Great War. This guy basically survived the Great, Atomic War, but he was captured during the war and was experimented on with a new kind of serum that kept him from aging. Basically, be the first immortal warrior. So now Jack roams roams the city, roams from town to town and encounters various evils and whatnot, and is kind of like the wandering gunslinger you see in most spaghetti westerns. Only instead he carries a sword. So there's Jack. For everyone, everyone from basically Fallout with magic is Adventure. So in Adventure Time, let's talk about some of the Adventure Time characters. Finn and Jake's just a regular dog in this continuity. Jake is just a regular dog who is following Finn around as he is the last child from a lost vault of humans that were all slaughtered by a mutant group led by this version of the Lich, who is like a mutant gang leader, and now Finn is on his own with only Jake the dog as he travels around. The Eds also accompany him on finding like a place called the Candy Kingdom, which in this is more like it's just a wreck city with just a fun name, and Princess Bubblegum is just a mad scientist putting people's bodies in candy in like new clone bodies. So yeah, it's a little fucked up. I couldn't really think of anything for Marceline, sadly, but knowing you guys would probably come up something even better than I could. Dexter in this continuity is a scientist who's built a ton of robots, and he even recreated like a lot of like the old classic 50s robots. And he's not so much a warlord, he's more like a guy who's kind of just tinkering around with various machines and building his own. He wants to be left alone, but Eddie believes that there is something in that vault, in Dexter's vault, that is worth taking and getting a lot of bottle caps out of. Like he really wants his cash out. So the Eds try to steal from Dexter. It does not go well. And therein lies the big problem, because they're running into all kinds of just insane, just shit whacked out robots, and some of them are like, if you've ever seen it, imagine like Dexter's lab is in this continuity is a lot like Phil Tippett's Mad God, and if you don't know what that is, just go check out the trailer for Phil Tippett's Mad God, and that'll give you all the explanation you need for this video. So there you go. So yeah, there is basically just a rough idea, because again, I'm not really that well versed. I've got I know there's a ton more Cartoon Network characters that could easily fit here, like Johnny Bravo and whatnot. Even Cow and Chicken, if you really put your thought into it. But again, I'm not the biggest Fallout guy, so it'd be really hard to really think of something. And even then, I was stretching with the ones I had. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this Fallout Cartoon Network AU centered around Ed, Edd, and Eddy? Do you guys like it? Hate it? Also, thank Wolfman the Impaler for this. And as always, if you want to get a Patreon request video, just hit the link below to my Patreon and subscribe to the 4th tier on my Patreon, and then we'll go from there. I've got a ton more Patreon from other people that I need to do, but I wanted to at least catch up on what I had so far. So once again, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.